Everybody, 66 Gamer here with a Steam early access game. This is Prison Architect. I don't know, I was watching YouTube, I was playing something else, and just one of the guys I was subscribed to, uh, I had a Prison Architect video pop up, and I thought it was awesome, and I wanted the type of game I can get into. I love these kind of tycoon type games, and so I went ahead and got it on Steam. It's still early access, like $29.99. So kind of steep, you know, basically almost full price game for early access. But um, so this is Alpha 28, and I think it's fairly fully functional. So let's load my first. I had started a couple prisons. Um, and failed miserably. It's a lot harder than it looks. Um, so let's go with this first successful prison. It's a small prison. I have the ability to turn off incoming prisoners, which took me several games to finally figure out that you could turn that off. So this is my first small prison that is truly successful. Don't mind all the blinking icons, those will go away shortly as the utilities load up. So this is the small map. When the game starts, we're in daytime. Let me speed this up. So, okay, the UI. Off the top of the UI, you have your danger level, which little exclamation marks will start showing up, and you can get this little information here. Right now, my danger level is low. This is a very um, sustainable prison setup right now with the number of prisoners I have. You get your days, your bank balance, cash flow, which is each day, by the way. You get your guards. Now, the right number is total number of guards, and then the left number is like idle guards or guards not tasked with a specific duty, which is always good to have. And there it tells you I've got 2 resting, 10 stationed for patrolling, and 4 available. And your prisoners. So breaks it down, lots of pretty colors and statistics. And right now I'm like 3 over, but that's fine because I have low security prisoners, which are really no risk. Alright, so let's get over here. So when you start out, you get this road, no structures, you just get this delivery area and a garbage area. So basically this is incoming and outgoing. You get 8 workmen, which we'll look at later. And then you start to build. And so after doing this a couple times, I decided to follow the advice of, I don't know if it was Scott Manley's video or Nerd Cubed, but I went ahead and built an office section that's 6 offices so that I wouldn't have to go back and keep building it. I would just have the space, and I only filled in the offices with the objects they needed as I needed them. And then, of course, built storage room, which is where all your building supplies and other stuff will be stored by your workers for building. And then the cleaning cupboard came a while later. But then early on, when you're building your first small prison, you kind of want everything close together. So this is basically this block here with the yard and shower and solitary. So this is my first prison and had everything to get me the basic prisoner grant. I also have so the UI, we have the clock to the right, and then you can speed up time or pause time, and then this tells you the time or the what should be happening, what schedule of the day it is, like what scheduled time is. If it's sleep, eat time, work time, like the prisoners are working right now, they have a 3-hour work block. It'll tell you lockdown, whatever the prisoners are supposed to be doing right now. We got a delivery truck coming in. Guards got to let them through this gate that I built. And we got chain link fence around everything. So in the beginning, you want to go ahead and build your offices, just because you're going to need them eventually. So I just went ahead and spent the money to build those. Storage room right by deliveries. The storage room is connected directly to my first kitchen, so that the cooks spend very little time running to get the food. Naturally, the kitchen's connected to the canteen. The canteen is across from the shower room. And then we have our holding cell, which is all you need. You don't need individual cells in the beginning of the game. You just need a holding cell to hold a few prisoners, and that'll get you your first grant, which is worth like $30,000, which is a good amount of money. And then we've got a staff room below that, which is where your staff members go to rest. And if you don't have a staff room to rest your guards, your cooks, your workers, it's going to be a bad time because your guys are going to get exhausted and they're going to just start messing up. And then there's visitation here, which helps prisoner morale. And that's pretty much it for your basic prison. Now, once you start expanding, obviously this is the last little tiny cell block I built just to get me over 50, which is your cell block B grant, I believe. So once we got our basic detention center, which is basically what this is, you got a kitchen, holding cell, staff room, and a warden's office, which is, here's our warden, first guy you need to hire, and then your guards. Then I started planning and expanding. You can plan with the planning tool, which lets you do things. Let's go down here. So you go to planning tool, click on walls, bottom left, and you can start planning rooms, right? Or cell blocks. So 1, 2, 3. That doesn't work. Damn. Yeah, so we can do like this. Okay, this would be a proper size cell, 2 by 3. 2 by 3 space makes up a cell. You can put a cell door there, a bed, and a toilet, and you got a cell. So you can basically plan this all out. Now that didn't work because you can't get in them. And I really recommend doing that. Also, once you start building these cell block after cell block, you're going to want to click on your warden, bureaucracy, warden amongst bureaucracy. Then you can spend money on your tech tree. Now an accountant is necessary to get the first grant, I think. And then she unlocks some stuff, which isn't that necessary for a small prison. You don't really need the accountant. But then maintenance is good because then you get the cleaning people. And clone. You want clone because clone allows you to clones down here next to planning. And it's only a 6 by 6 space. But you can basically clone. Why is it not working? Oh, right click, sorry. Right click and drag. And now I've just cloned that cell. And I can just paste it over and over and over again to make a cell block. And it will copy the bed, it will copy the toilet, it will copy the cell room space and the walls and the door. It will not copy utilities. Okay, utilities are very important. It's one of the other first things you have to build, which do not have to be inside. So I have an it's just fenced in utilities yard, which is about maxed out right now. And you click on the utilities tab and it shows you your underground utilities. So we've got big main water pipes, which are necessary to move the water where it needs to go, and then your small water pipes, which connect to fixtures. And then electricity is got like an algorithm, or it's procedural to an extent. Basically, you just have to get a main power line into a room, and then the lights and light connections to lights is procedural. It'll just fill them in automatically to a certain distance. And that's these little green balls and the dark green lines. Those are lights. And like I said, it's just procedural. So here I didn't even do the power line into the room, and it's got lighting all the way to the back of this holding cell. But for actual appliances other than security cameras, you need to connect to the main power line. Like these, that's a metal detector there. Those have to be hooked up. The kitchen cookers have to be hooked up directly to power. The fridge. Just got washers and dryer or laundry machine. And of course security CCTV monitors. So once I started expanding my cells, I was like, well, I'm going to need basically another bigger kitchen. Well, it's actually about the same seating capacity, but the kitchen's bigger. I have double the cookers, double the fridges, and I have 3 cooks and 2 sinks. So the kitchen's bigger. The canteen's actually the same size, but the kitchen is much bigger. Much more capacity in this kitchen to start feeding all these other prisoners. Okay, once you get more advanced, well, this is just a basic video. So this is my first successful prison. I'm going to sell this prison, which you can do through, sorry, down here at the bottom right. This is where all your information's at. So right here's the staff tab, shows me all my workers. I can fire them from here, or I can basically zoom to them. Here's all my guards. It tells me what they're doing. Stationed to an area of the prison, which has to be enclosed by walls. That's part of deployment, which you have to research once you hire your security chief, which is this guy right here. He's a security chief. Very important. Alright, regular staff excuse me, staff is cooks. These are cleaning people, janitors. I have 1 landscaper because who really cares, and 2 doctors, which you need 2 doctors to get another grant, which is like the health and welfare or something. You got to hire 2 doctors and a psychologist. So there's your staff. Oh, contraband. Somebody get him. I don't know if anybody's going to go get that guy. Here's your prisoners tab. Now you see this says closed. If I click open, a timer starts to the left of your screen. Prisoner intake. 8 prisoners arriving, 8 a.m. Categories minimum. And there's your timer. There's 24 hours between prisoner deliveries. But I can turn this off. Boop. Turned off. It'll just pick up at whatever time it left off. So here's all my prisoners. I got high risk. We've got normal risk and low risk prisoners. This is what jobs, what people are doing. Needs. Red is bad. Yellow's okay. My food is could do a little better. That's probably the worst thing about this prison. I don't actually have enough cooking capacity. But as you can see, they're eating right now, so it's eat time. So the need is going down. Safety, doing real good on safety. Hygiene, my showers are, I don't know what's up with my first shower. It always floods. Look at all these drain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drains in the small shower, and the water still just pours out of the door and has to be cleaned up by maintenance. This is regime, but I'm thinking more of regimen or something. Regime. I don't know. It seems like a strange use of the word, or maybe I'm just stupid. This is where you schedule what you want your prisoners to do. So it comes with a stock schedule, which is basically sleep, lockup, shower, lockup, lockup to eat, or free time, lockup, eat. There's no yard time, I think. Lockup, free time, eat, something like that. But you can start manipulating it how you want, and you can even split the schedules of maximum security, medium security, and normal security. See how it's only highlighting half of this block? I could make 2 a.m. a lockup hour for minimum security only, where they're not sleeping, but it's basically like a lockup check. So you can actually have different schedules for different security prisoners. Like you can see here, my maximum security misses out on free time here, and they have a shorter amount of time to eat their lunch. Oh, they don't have breakfast. Oh, that's messed up. No wonder my hunger always skyrockets. I don't have breakfast in my prison. So they... I just noticed this. And then they go to lockup, yard, lockup. They eat. This is their longest break here. They get to eat, straight into free time, straight into shower, and then lock up and sleep. So that's where you do that. Policy, you have to research that. I haven't wasted my time. Here's all your grants. So this education one, I'm like never going to finish. I don't think I have enough prisoners. It's just taking forever. Government security. Basically, it's a way to get more money injected into your prison. You just accomplish the objectives. Some of them are easy and cheap. Some of them not so much. I didn't mean to do that. Can I unclick that? Uh-oh. Nope, I clicked it. So I just got a $15,000 advance payment. Whoops. Carpentry apprentice, well-being, build a staff room, have at least 5 guards without assigned duties, ensure none of your staff are exhausted. And over here it'll tell you, here's all your grants. So staff well-being, I have built a staff room, and I just completed everything except the guards without assigned duties. Oh, and I just completed it all. Sweet, so I just got that grant. Cell block C. First you'll get basic detention center, which is holding cell, and then the other facilities I talked about in the very beginning of the video. The shower, the canteen, the kitchen. Yeah. I think that was it. Maybe the accountant and the warden. I forget. Cell block A is increase your prisoner capacity by 15, which I did with this first cell block. And then cell block B was increase your total prisoner capacity to... Because when you have a holding cell, you have 0 prisoner capacity. So if you build 15 cells, you get cell block A completed. That gives you... maybe it's not. Maybe holding cells do factor into it, but... Anyways, cell block A is 15 capacity. Total. Or increase your prison by 15. Cell block B is increase your total prisoner capacity to 50, which is what I did by building that little 6-man cell room to the right over there. It's clearly just an add-on, was not planned very well. Cell block C is 100. Well, I don't really have the space. You don't have the space on a small map to build 100 cells, because you have to remember, every time you increase your cells, you also have to increase your facilities. Your my laundry is probably about maxed out. My kitchens are definitely probably maxed out already. Showers are getting crowded. Your day rooms, you need more day rooms. Actually, did I ever designate that? Okay, here's your rooms tab. This is where you designate what space performs what function. Oh, that's execution. I always click on that. That's not what that's for. Oh, there is no day room. Is there? No. There's not. I got a classroom, I got a staff room. Oh, common room. Yeah, whoops. No wonder that room's never used. Ha ha, I'm a dummy. Okay, so that is now a common room. Prisoners will actually go in here during free time and use the TVs, pool tables, couches, maybe read some books. Alright, now it's shower time, so they're going to take their showers. Alright, so this is the room tab, materials tab. There's all your building materials, walls, floor material, fences, perimeter wall. $200 a square foot, outdoor only. So that's pretty serious stuff. You can remove tunnels. Foundation is important. You can do brick foundations or concrete foundations. For some reason, they cost the same. So I guess it's an aesthetic thing. I don't really know what the difference is. Maybe later there'll be an actual difference. Maybe one's supposed to be more secure than the other. I don't know. So you designate your rooms. Here's all your objects. Click on this little tab here, and this gives you all the objects. But what you can do is, once you designate a room, as soon as you designate a room and it's invalid, and you go to objects, it's going to highlight with a white outline which objects are needed for that room. So if you highlight a cell, you just built a cell and it needs something, it's going to highlight your bed and your toilet. And maybe even jail door. Ooh, knife just got found. Got windows, road gates for outside, weight benches, CCTV, all kinds of stuff. And you can sell objects and dismantle. There's where you hire your staff. You just click on them and then click them on the map. Utilities, we've gone over that. There's all your utility stuff. And of course, I've unlocked security cameras and remote door control, which is pretty cool. Phone tap. I don't know what a logic bridge is. Okay. Okay. I haven't got into that. Door timer, pressure pad. Huh! I haven't even gotten into this stuff. Wow, that's some advanced stuff. Your utilities, you need capacitors. I didn't go over that. Your basic power generator can put out very little power. You actually need, use the arrow keys to scroll. This prison's pretty much maxed out. You need capacitors to actually hold power, I guess. I don't know, distribute power. Deployment. So as you can see, oops, that was not, come on. What's going on here? Let's close this. Here's deployment. So this shows you after you unlock some things. This is maximum security prisoners only. That's maximum security prisoners only. Blue is minimum security prisoners only. So I've confined my minimum security prisoners over here to the original detention center. For one, that frees up space in this kitchen because only all the minimum security guys are over here, feeding here, showering here, going into this yard. So these 4 cell blocks are using this kitchen and canteen and this shower common room. Well, anybody can go in that common room. And this yard. So all these guys are basically over here, and all these guys stay over here for the most part. But any of these white blocks, when I highlight it, and it gives me those hash marks, I can assign a guard to that area, and he will just stay in that area, which is handy for, say, this hallway. It has jail doors on all sides. It needs guards to unlock those doors for staff members. So it'd be a good idea in a main corridor to assign a guard to that corridor or hallway, so you always have somebody there to open those doors for your workers or cleaning staff, whoever, paramedics, doctors, what have you. Now, same thing with an outside area. If it's enclosed with gates, like now I have fence around my road and 2 security gates, a large jail door here. This is now an enclosed outdoor area, just like this yard, and you can assign a guard to that as well. And then you can also do guard patrols. So this is where we'll just go over basics. Logistics is where you can assign prisoners to work in certain places: workshop, kitchen, laundry, and a cleaning room. Food distribution is a little more advanced. Laundry distribution. You have to unlock the technology to see this stuff. Intelligence shows you where contraband items come from and shows you the supply of those items and then the demand of those items. Which apparently I have way more supply than demand, which I guess is good. That's kind of strange. Why my supply is more than my demand? I guess I have well-behaved prisoners. I don't know. Or there's just so much of it that it's flooded the market. Emergencies allows you to call in firefighters, which I lost one of my prisons to a fire because I had no idea how to use this until my prison was basically burnt to the ground and everyone was dead. I think right now there's an error where prisoners and people don't know to run away from fires. They don't evacuate, so they will just stay in the room and burn to death. You can call in riot police, up to 3 truckfuls, which I think there's like 6 or 8 in a truck. That's $100 a piece. Oh, it tells you six riot guards. And you can call in paramedics. Whew, that's a lot. This video is probably long already. So we're going to skip ahead and end this video here. Basically, you see it's fully functional. There's like no serious danger threat. The danger level is low and is decreasing. So a very well operating prison. I'm on day 51. My balance is now over $100,000. I've had it on fast forward through this whole video, so I've been raking in like over roughly $3,500 a day since this video's been going, which is I think that's a pretty good amount of money. It's a lot. So we're gonna sell it and move on to a bigger prison and harder challenges. So we'll end this video now with me showing you how much money I'm gonna get, which is down here at valuation, which you can't get until I think 10 prisoners have been released. I don't know, something like that. So real quick before we leave, you can see basically that I'm going to get $250,000 if I sell this prison. Which selling your prison will allow you to take profits from this prison and start a new one with a much higher starting bank balance. You'll still be able to continue running this prison, but you can only sell a prison once. All profit from the sale will be transferred to your new site. So we're going to sell this prison and try a large prison with lots of prisoners. It's going to take a lot of planning in the beginning. Obviously, I'll need an initial holding cell, kind of like this prison, close to the front of the prison, just to get me started. Also, real quick, the holding cell, you still want a holding cell in your prison because when you initially get prisoners, your guards will take them to the holding cell if there's not a cell ready for them. So basically, you always want a holding cell to temporarily hold prisoners until you've built a cell block for them. Or maybe it's being built, but it's not ready yet. So that's what we're going to do. I'll catch you guys next time. This game is very addicting. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It's on Steam. Try it out. It's pretty awesome. Alright, see you later.